How difficult was this season without Ricky, and what are you looking forward to most next year with him?
Quanto difícil foi a temporada sem o Rick e o que você espera da próxima temporada?
A gente, em 2024, fizemos um grande ano e a gente se adaptou, né, um com o outro, não só eu, com o Rick, com o Joe, com o Marco, com todos que estavam em 2024. Em 2025 foi uma reformulação, tivemos grandes perdas com lesões e foi uma season difícil, mas para ano que vem as expectativas são altas, assim como foi em 2024.
In 2024 was a big year for all of us. We engaged really well. The whole team was extremely together and knew what was that about. But in 2025, we all know there was a very difficult season. There was many injuries, and that was what got on the way. But I have big expectations for 2026, sorry, as much as we had for 2024.
Hey, Joe, just looking back at the start of the season, obviously the team struggled, but I think you had some injuries to start as well. How long through the season did it take you to really feel comfortable in your role again?
Yeah, it took me a little while because I was in and out. Especially when I come, I always have a different kind of injuries and all these kind of things. But yeah, like I said, throughout the season, it's part of the game and it's part of being a footballer. So this is the time that even if one is not available, the other person needs to step up, work together as a team, and just get the results. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult for me going in and out, but I cannot control it. But it has been difficult for me at the starting of the season. And I just need to take care of myself and just make sure that in everything that even when I'm tired in training or something, I just need to just make a pause and just not to just keep continuing, especially when we have after the training. So I just think I just need to be smart enough and just do things, accordingly.
For Gabriel Pecky, you didn't have the production that you had in 2024 this year. How are you looking to get back to your best next year, and what do you think is going to get you there? And then for Joseph, how important is the start of the year for you, being that in the middle of the year there's the break for the World Cup? How important is it for you to get going with the Galaxy early, with the view towards making that Ghana World Cup roster? Thank you.
You want me to go first? You first. Yeah, it's really going to be really important for me as an individual because the World Cup, it's in, I think, June. So from January, February, March, April, May, I think I have a lot of months to do whatever that I need to do to help my team in every way, especially since we have Ricky. We have Gabe and you have me and also the other players also. I think we can reconnect and just do and bring the best out of us like we did last season. So I think it's not going to be something really like a little bit difficult for me, but I'm just going to give my all till the starting of the World Cup.
Em 2024 você teve um ano sensacional, super produção. 2025 teve declínio. Agora, o que você espera, o que você precisa fazer para poder voltar em 2026 o Gabriel de 2024?
Então, realmente esse ano não foi como esperávamos, porque a gente teve um grande ano em 2024, mas mesmo assim eu creio que a gente conseguiu ajudar sim, com gols, assistência, não como 2024, mas para ano que vem, como eu falei, as expectativas são as maiores, são as melhores até que 2024. O que pode esperar de mim é um jogador mais focado dentro de campo, fora de campo também, e buscando o título novamente, porque eu quero conquistar o máximo que eu puder aqui dentro desse clube.
Yeah, in 2025 wasn't really the best year that we expect, but still we gave the best of we could. 2026, it's going to be a big year. I really want to focus more in and out of the field, and I will do everything that I can possibly do to bring the title one more time.
Thank you for taking the time. The question is sort of for both of you. Either one can answer. Speaking to Greg Vanny last week, he said the biggest problem that the two of you faced early in the season with Ricky out was sort of having to create the transitions on the field as opposed to getting on the end of them, and that not being your strength. That seemed to get better at some point during the season, and I wonder what happened on the field that helped you deal with that better. Was it just Marco kind of taking on some of that role? How did that develop over the course of the season? Thank you.
Yeah, I think it was true what he said, and I think like you said, also when Marco also came in was something that really also helped us to also make a good decision, especially when we are on the offensive third. It has been really difficult for us throughout the season to make those kind of decisions when we are in the opponent's box and all this kind of thing, especially when you compare last season to this season was a big gap from us. And as you can see, we always had someone who always control and knows the kind of players we are and the kind of passes that needs to be given to us, especially me, especially on the space, with Gabe on the feet with 1-against-1 dribble and just make his decision. And at the beginning of this season, we were finding it difficult, especially having someone who would just give us that killer pass so that we can make that decision. And even when we have it in the third, whenever it's on the side or something, it's much more difficult for us sometimes. But it's part of the game, especially when you have your best player as Ricky who is not there to feed you. It's much more difficult to do something. But this is something that we also need to work on, even when at the season starts, there's going to be a little bit of injuries and this kind of things, and we have to be really prepared. Even if someone is not available, we have to watch each other and know what each other can do, especially on the field of play. And the midfielders and the defenders need to know our qualities so that they can do whatever that is really better for us. Because if someone got injured, and we always thinking, okay, this player has just messed the whole team. That's when each and every player needs to wake up and just stand up for himself and just work towards the goal that the clubs have and the supporters and the family have to win another trophy. And we have to do it together, because if one player is not there, there need to be another player who needs to stand up and just take that position. And I think this season we have to communicate and just stand for each other and just work towards it so that we become one team and one family and just work together no matter what. Even one player is absent, we can still do it. So I think with Marco coming in and everything, I think it also really helps us, because he also had the space to also score a lot of goals this season. So I think we just need to rise up again and just focus and just achieve what we have to do, achieve this season. Thank you.
There we go. For Gabe. With Ricky out, and it's a little bit of a follow-up to Gunner's question, but with Ricky out, what responsibilities did you feel that you had to take on, and in which ways did you find that frustrating?
Com o Ricky fora, quais foram as responsabilidades que você acha que você teve que pegar para você e quais foram as dificuldades que você encontrou?
Então, a gente sabe, né? O Rick é uma posição diferente da nossa. Então, eu acho que sem ele, algumas soluções era talvez eu descer um pouco mais para receber a bola e eu tentar encontrar esse passe, coisa que em 2024 eu e Joe a gente só tinha o trabalho de correr para frente e definir no último terço, porque ele fazia essa bola chegar na gente mais fácil, mais rápido. Mas foi bom para minha evolução também individual, que se pegar alguns jogos, eu consegui dar grandes passes também. Então, eu acho que agora, com a volta dele, realmente a gente tem mais esperança, porque ele é um grande jogador, e quando ele está em campo, a gente se conecta muito bem, tanto eu, tanto ele, o Joe, o Marco, todos que estão em campo. Então, é o que eu falei. Em 2026, se Deus quiser, eu pretendo que seja melhor do que 2024.
So we all know that Ricky is extremely important in the team. And without him, the responsibility that I had to take, it was actually go back more instead of just being there waiting for the ball to come to me and I create the opportunity. But it was also a good opportunity for me to learn a different way to play. And we all know that Ricky is a big player. And again, in 2026, that's what I want, because we all together in the field, we create something way better. And we know that's what is going to happen next year.
All right, we have a question on Zoom. This question is going to be for Joe, I believe. This is with Bob Williams, who's a writer for FIFA. Bob, if you want to unmute yourself, you can go ahead.
Hi, Joseph. Congratulations on making the World Cup. I've got a few questions. Firstly, what was your reaction and with the team when you made it to the World Cup? And then secondly, how much would it mean to you to play a World Cup game in Los Angeles?
Yeah, it was really a big opportunity for me because, as you can see, it's the whole world coming together, sharing one love, one nation, every different culture coming together. And me being part and my country being part is really a privilege for me also to represent myself as a nation and represent my team in LA Galaxy also in the World Cup means really a lot. When we first qualified, it was something that I have always wanted to be part since I was a child. And since it has come to reality, and which is in June, I think it's really an amazing feeling for me. And I really thank God that I'm in this position. And with the second question, can you come again, please?
Yeah. What would it mean to you to play a World Cup game in Los Angeles, which is where you're playing your club football now?
Yeah, I think it's in the United States and it's also in my home. So I think I'm used to also traveling to many states to play, especially when we had the season. So it's gonna be like an amazing thing for me playing also in the United States, so that also the family of LA Galaxy can also keep a watch, and all Ghanaians and all the world can also see what also I have to prove myself to our nation.